Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP today. It's been over 1,000 days since Marc Marquez last celebrated a victory in MotoGP, with his last win dating back to the 2021 Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Misano. Despite the long wait for his 60th MotoGP win, the 8-time world champion remains confident that his time will come, viewing this season as a foundation for future success. Valentino Rossi, the legendary 9-time world champion, has weighed in on the current MotoGP title fight, offering high praise for Pecco Bagnaia, the reigning champion and a product of Rossi's own VR46 Academy. Following Bagnaia's dominant performance at the Austrian MotoGP, Rossi broke down what makes his protégé a formidable competitor and how he stacks up against his closest rival, Jorge Martin. Jack Miller, who started the Austrian MotoGP race in a promising position, found himself out of the points after a mid-race crash. The Australian rider, who was looking to build on his strong sprint performance, shared the details of what went wrong and how he plans to bounce back. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Marc Marquez's winless streak has now extended beyond 1,000 days, a drought almost unthinkable for a rider of his caliber. The elusive 60th victory has become a milestone in Marquez's comeback journey with Gresini Ducati, where he has shown flashes of brilliance, including 3 runner-up finishes, 2 of which were agonizingly close. Marquez had a promising start to the Austrian MotoGP weekend, qualifying on the front row. However, his hopes were dashed early on race day when a malfunction with his front ride height device forced him to start without it engaged. An early collision with Franco Morbidelli at turn 1 further complicated his race, but Marquez managed to fight back to finish 4th. Despite the ongoing win drought, Marquez remains focused on the bigger picture, emphasizing that this season is all about rebuilding and laying the groundwork for future success. "For me, it doesn't matter. I know that this year is a year to build and I'm building." Quote from Marc Marquez. Marquez explained that while his season started strong, there have been ups and downs. However, he believes that he and his team are finding their rhythm again as the season progresses. "I tried to go step by step. It's true that we started the season so good, then it looks like we did step back and now looks like we come back again. In this second part of the season we need to keep building and try to be on the podiums. And the victory, if it's not this year, next year it will arrive." Marquez's determination to return to winning ways is evident, especially with a factory Ducati contract secured for 2025 and 2026. The Spaniard, who once averaged 8 wins per season during his dominant years with Repsol Honda, is confident that victories will follow as he continues to build momentum. Marquez's last wins came during the 2021 season, where he triumphed at the Sachsenring, Coda, and Misano. Currently sitting 4th in the World Championship, Marquez remains optimistic about the future, confident that his hard work will eventually pay off. Marc Marquez may be in the midst of a winless streak, but his resolve remains unshaken. With his sights set on the future, the MotoGP legend is building towards what he believes will be a return to the top step of the podium, whether it happens this year or next. The journey continues as Marquez looks to break his 1,000-day winless streak and reclaim his place among Pecco Bagnaia had a perfect weekend at the Austrian MotoGP, winning both the Saturday Sprint and the Sunday Grand Prix. This double victory extended his lead over Jorge Martin by 5 points, further solidifying his position in the championship race. Rossi, who has closely mentored Bagnaia, was full of praise for his consistent excellence. "He comes from an incredible moment. This weekend he immediately started strong. He went well from the first practice. Martin is there, but these weekends Bagnaia manages to have something more," Rossi told. Rossi highlighted Bagnaia's calm and controlled demeanor, which has allowed him to continuously improve and eliminate weaknesses in his performance. Rossi compared Bagnaia's ability to consistently start well with that of Formula One champion Max Verstappen, emphasizing the importance of strong starts in securing victories. He's very quiet, drives well, and is incredibly fast. He has improved a lot on all points, and at the moment he doesn't have a weak point. One of the key attributes Rossi identified in Bagnaia is his aggressive yet clean racing style. Unlike some riders who might cross the line into dirty tactics, Bagnaia maintains a balance that makes him both formidable and respected on the track. In my opinion, Bagnaia's strength is this: he's aggressive but he's not dirty, he's clean but he's not sweet. He's the right mix of wickedness, the aggressiveness, riding the Ducati in oversteer when braking, but also the mileage. He doesn't make mistakes. Now he's hard to beat. Rossi believes that Bagnaia thrives under pressure, a quality that has become increasingly apparent as the season progresses. His ability to extract extra performance when it matters most is what sets him apart in this intense championship battle. Despite Bagnaia's current advantage, Rossi warned that the championship fight is far from over. Jorge Martin, who received a long lap penalty on Saturday but still managed to finish second in both races, remains a serious contender. Rossi pointed out that Martin's consistency and speed make him a threat until the very last race of the season. There is a lot of possibility that they will reach the end. Now we have to see every weekend, because Martin is a very fast rider, he doesn't make many mistakes, and it will be a good fight until the end. Rossi also reflected on the psychological dynamics of chasing versus being chased in a title race. While Bagnaia was in a strong position before the summer break, Martin has since bounced back, closing the points gap and reigniting the competition. Rossi sees this as an evenly matched fight, with both riders showing exceptional form. Now I see it as equal. Even from the outside, the two of them are the ones who are going a little better now. You can see it by eye. Rossi concluded. As the MotoGP season heads into its crucial final stages, the battle between Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin promises to be one for the ages. With Valentino Rossi backing Bagnaia's aggressive yet clean style, it will be fascinating to see how this intense rivalry plays out on the track. Will Bagnaia maintain his lead, or will Martin's relentless pursuit pay off? Only time will tell. Jack Miller began the Austrian MotoGP in the top 4 and was aiming to secure a strong finish after placing 5th and being the top KTM rider in the sprint. Miller's strategy involved nursing his rear tire early in the race, a move intended to conserve energy for a strong finish. However, this cautious approach took a turn for the worse when he was passed by his teammate, Brad Binder, and VR46's Marco Bezzecchi. I was nursing the bike at the beginning and sacrificing a little bit, but I was comfortable. Just trying to save the right-hand side of the rear tire. Quote from Jack Miller. Disaster struck on lap 11 of 28, when Miller lost the front end of his bike going into the chicane. Although he didn't feel any contact from Marc Marquez earlier, the crash left him with a damaged bike and out of contention for a top finish. Miller explained how a slight misjudgment led to the incident. I came in to the chicane a little bit hot, the front started bouncing and that was that. But I was able to pick the bike up, remount and get going. Despite the crash, Miller managed to remount and finish the race, albeit in 19th place. He was frustrated by the outcome but took some solace in the strong pace he maintained in the final laps, despite the damage to his bike. The bike was behaving pretty well considering she had a bent handlebar, some broken wings and whatnot. But the tires stayed in really well and we were one of the fastest bikes on track for the last 6 laps. Had it not been for the crash, Miller believes he could have finished much higher, potentially in 7th place, given his pace after remounting. However, the crash and the subsequent damage to his bike left him wondering about what might have been. Despite the disappointment, Miller remains optimistic and sees this weekend as a confidence boost after recent struggles. So I'm left with that what could have been, but nonetheless it was nice to be competitive again this weekend. It's been a big boost in the confidence, Miller concluded. Brad Binder, Miller's KTM teammate, managed to finish 5th, but was still over 18 seconds behind the race winner, Francesco Bagnaia. While Jack Miller's Austrian MotoGP race didn't go as planned, his resilience and strong late race pace are signs that better results could be just around the corner. As Miller and his KTM team continue to fine-tune their approach, fans will be eager to see if he can translate this weekend's confidence into podium finishes in the upcoming races. Thanks for watching ZNGP today. See you in the next video.